Hey there, how you doing? I'm glad you made it. If it is your first time here, I will just let you know I've got links in the description for all the music used in the video. Now this time round, I've got a bit more of a story for you. I'd love to tell you it was a war story, but to call it a war would be overselling our enemies. What I can tell you is we're outnumbered and outgunned in the deepest pocket of the most dangerous desert on the most dangerous planet in the Duneverse. We weren't, however, outmatched in any way, and our enemies soon came to regret picking our island to live on. I was all alone when I first noticed them. The boys were on their way, but you know how games like this are, there's always more chores to be doing. So I had to sort of wait for them. I didn't really like the idea of sitting in the base and waiting on my own, so I decided to take to the air, have a look about, and that's where I saw them across the island. Now, with the deep desert being the way it was, we couldn't just sit back and let them build. So I took it upon myself to start a little bit of harassment, get them all to take off and in the air so I could get a proper look at them and get a real summary. Now that I knew what I was up against, it was time to form a plan. I hid in the base and I kept an eye on them until the night fell, so we had a bit of advantage there. By this time the boys were getting pretty close by, but we were still outnumbered. I decided the best thing we could do is I'd fly up, start harassing them a little bit to get their attention on me. We'd keep their attention locked on me, and then the reinforcements would arrive and we'd absolutely smash them. I couldn't really get the damage I wanted playing from this position, but the big advantage I had is I could just duck back inside the base at any time, repair my ship, and I was good to go. With their focus clearly locked hard on me and the boys in perfect position, the trap was set. So sit back, relax, enjoy the vibes, enjoy the violence. My rocket launcher had never been the most reliable of things. It was never brand new, I found it in a loot box, so it was no surprise it let me down at a critical moment. I rushed back to base and got the bird fixed up and the guns back online, but by the time I got back to the fight, it was pretty much over. We spent a little bit of time swapping harassment fire, but the bulk of the combat was finished. While we were swapping shots with them, we did actually encounter another team though. It seemed to be a smaller group than the first, but they lured us back to their base so their buddies could join in as well. And honestly, they actually put up a better fight than the first group we'd been fighting with did. Although we were winning the fight overall, the sandstorm alert meant we wanted to get back to the base and ready to raid. Online raiding in Dune just isn't really a thing, so unfortunately we couldn't get the guys across the island today. The next time we logged in, one of our guildmates let us know that someone had tried to raid this place. And of course for us, there was only one suspect, so we hung out at the deep desert base and we waited for a sandstorm, so we've had our opportunity. With the lasguns the way they are, it took no time whatsoever for us to tear inside. And they hadn't really done a good job of hiding their base console either, so we found that almost instantly. With the base console dealt with and out of the way, it was just a case of searching the entire place, making sure we got the loot, and of course, wiping any vehicles that they'd been foolish enough to leave here out of existence. Once we'd taken care of everything, we'd got all the worthwhile treasure back to our own base. We took a moment, and then we obliterated the place with our building tools. And with the place wiped off the face of the desert, the only thing left to do was take a moment and celebrate. Now if you have enjoyed the show, or if you enjoy blasting your lasgun off in the air to celebrate, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, take care.